Now we need to look at our sales and marketing plan. So what are the tactics that we need to consider in growing our business? So we got to set goals, we got to track success, and ultimately it starts with our list, and we need to be focused with our efforts. So when you build your list, number one place I like to sell is canceled customers. You know, a lot of times we don't want to go talk to canceled customers because they were upset and we don't want to get yelled at again. So we kind of avoid that list. I can tell you that when we called our canceled customer list, we tried to solve the canceled customer problems. And it seems to be people that canceled 6 months ago, a year ago, 2 years ago. I don't care. Anybody who ever canceled your services, call them back, and you will close, if you're good at it, and if you listen to the customers and help them solve their problems, you'll close 20% of your canceled customers. That's what we used to do. Obviously, you've got estimates, people who call you in for estimates. You want to go out and run those estimates. But even if you do an estimate and you don't close the sale, maybe they went with another company, you want to always keep those estimates and call them 3 months later, 6 months later, 12 months later. So you always go back through and call your estimates over and over and over again. And by the way, I keep saying calling, but that could mean send out direct mail. That could mean send out emails. That could mean knock on their door, you know, any form of communication. But we'll want to, anybody who ever asks for an estimate, we never want to lose that contact. We want to constantly be marketing to that estimate. You will close a lot of those people because even if they went for another company, if you stay on top of them and stay in front of them, eventually that other company will mess up and you'll be the people that they go to. And then current customers, the number one place to get revenue is by looking at your existing customers and finding out what other services you can provide for them. So look at your current customers. They already know you, love you, trust you, and look for ways to upsell aeration seed, upsell insect control, upsell tree and shrub. Look for people that maybe skip services and find how you can get them to take those extra services. So look to market to your existing customers. And then partnering with other companies. A lot of times, if we're focused on being a lawn spray company or a fertilizer weed control company, you know, we can go to the landscaping and grass cutting companies, and frequently they'll have a few fertilizing customers that it's really a hassle for them. They don't really want to do it. We used to get a lot of business when we had our lawn care businesses by just meeting landscapers and asking them if they wanted to refer us out their fertilizing business. And often they get busy and they can't handle it, and they're happy to send it to you if you're going to do a good job. And by the way, if we're not cutting, if we're not doing landscaping, we can send business their way. So we can specialize, and we can do a better job, and we can partner with other companies to get referring business. And then anytime we get our customers to refer us to their neighbors, that's the best sale in the world. So let's move on to building a list as we kind of think about that. I want to kind of bring this down to be more targeted now. We think about the lists. All customers are not created equally, and not all customers are created equally to every single company either. And so when we think about how to maximize the efficiency of our marketing, we call it the Golden Street strategy. So the Golden Street strategy is the single best way for you to grow your lawn care business. This is what I would want you to focus on doing first. The Golden Street strategy basically says, what neighborhoods, subdivisions do you have that have a lot of homes in them? We say 100 plus homes. Different geographies might have different numbers to be a big subdivision. Some places 50 might be big. In other places like Colorado, 1,000 might be big. But look for those subdivisions that have lots of homes that are similar homes. They're usually those higher value, kind of homes out in the Philadelphia market. If you want to think about the Mid-Atlantic market, it's like that $500,000 to $700,000 home. It could be $400,000 home. In some other markets, it might be a $300,000 home or $200,000 home. But you know what they look like. It's the neighborhoods where 80% of the people in the neighborhood are getting lawn care from somebody. They're usually newer subdivisions, so they're 10 years young or newer, typically. They're those McMansions, as we like to call them, and they're very likely to buy lawn care. So find just a couple of neighborhoods. I don't want every neighborhood in your geography that has 100 plus that looks like this. I just want a couple that you want to own. So pick 2 or 3 or 4 of these subdivisions that you decide you're going to own. And our goal is to reach 20% saturation in each one of these subdivisions. Because if we can pick just a couple of subdivisions that we're going to own, and we can get 20% saturation, and we have at least 100 homes in each subdivision, that means that we got tremendous customer density. That means we're going to get tremendous efficiency in our production. It's going to drive our profits, and it's going to drive our revenue per truck and our profit per truck. And again, only pick 2 or 3 or max, if you have a bigger company, 4 of these golden streets, these golden subdivisions. Don't pick, don't pick every single one in your territory, because if we focus, we can make a big impact. But if we spread our energy out over a bunch of these subdivisions, then we're not going to make as big of an impact, because our efforts are going to be spread out. So focus your time and energy on your golden streets. Now let me show you what happens, from a metric perspective when we get these golden streets, and it's going to feed into our cash. So, and again, guys, when we talk about golden streets, we're building density. When we build density, we reduce windshield time. Windshield time is the greatest, one of the greatest things that consumes cash without driving productivity, is windshield time. So anything we do to reduce windshield time is going to be our friend, and it's going to drive cash.